We are continuing today in Mesillas Hashem in Parak Chaf Dalet of Mesillas Yesharim. The Ramchal writes as follows. He says, Ki hine al kin tzarech vadai sheyechara tamid v'yirash kol adam k'mamar Eliyu af lezos yechara libi v'yitar mimkomo shimu shama baroges kol. So Ramchal says, a person has to be in this constant state of yiras hachet. As we've explained before, that yiras hachet, this level where a person is constantly thinking about and rethinking about their actions, what they will do, what they have done, and constantly examining their actions to see if there's any remnant of some type of sinful residue. He goes, Zosia yira ha'amit yisrael le'isha chasish tia panav tamid v'lo tasir mimeno. This is the true yira that a person should always be holding in. Ach chelki ha'yira hazos shnayim. But the truth is, in the realm of yiras hachet, where a person is constantly thinking about and reviewing their actions to see if there's anything wrong that I may have committed, there are two components to it. Ha'echad hu bahova o asid, v'hashini ba'aver. One is focused on the present/future, and the other is focused on the past. How so? Bahovehu shia adam yori v'doeg amashu ose o amashu holich lasos penye bo davar o penye konis po eze davar sholo lefi kvodo yisbarach ukimoshe iskarti lamalo. So of course the first part, which is what we'll call the present future, is a person is looking at their actions before they perform them. So before I do something, I'm literally looking at my actions and I'm analyzing, is what I'm doing correct or incorrect? And I'm thinking about, again, is there any element of something negative or sinful in what I'm about to do or what I will do in the future? Ba'avar, what about when it comes to past actions? Person should always think about what they have done already. So he says, when it comes to the past, a person should always review their actions, and a person should be contemplative and think, perhaps, have I done something, have I committed an aveira of which I was unaware? He gives the example of hooking in Bava ben Buta, Shayam Makrif Ashram Talei B'choyom. The Gemara quotes Bava ben Buta, one of the great sages, who would offer up an Ashram Talei. Ashram Talei is the carbon you bring in the event of inadvertent commission of an Aveira. So he would bring an Ashram Talei every day out of concern that maybe he did something. V'iyov achar mishtebanav hayamashken v'hela olos mispar kulam ki amar Iyov ulai chatu banai v'amru zechron lebracha al Moshe. So now the Ramchal is going to give many examples of this, of people who what we'll call retrospective introspection. Retrospective introspection, where a person is thinking about and reviewing their actions and activities of the past. And I'm asking myself, is there something I did wrong? Is there something I could have done better? Was there some type of an aveira that occurred that perhaps I was not mindful of at the time, but I'd like to be mindful of it now? So you see that Ramchal framing, so he's giving multiple examples of this. Moshe and Aaron. For example, when Moshe Rabbeinu anointed Aaron with the anointing oil, in other words, upon Aaron's assuming the position of the Kohen Gadol, so remember, when it comes to the anointing oil cannot be used for mundane purposes. It can only be used for anointing. When Moshe anointed Aaron with the oil, both Moshe and Aaron were concerned that maybe as part of the anointment, there was some type of benefit that they gleaned from the oil in an inappropriate way. V'zelashonam, al davar zed da'ag Moshe v'Aaron. Moshe Rabbeinu worried about this, and he said, Shema ma'alti b'shemana mishcha. Perhaps I committed mi'ila with the anointing oil. Yatzas abaskol v'amra, kashemen hatov al harosh, yored al hazakon zikhan Aaron kital chermon. Ma tal chermon ein bo mi'ila, Av shemen hamishcha shebiskan Aaron ein bo mi'ila. So the Gemara quotes the pasuk from Tilim that literally, again, like good oil on the head, dripped down on the beard of Aaron like the dew on the mountain of Hermon. And the Gemara darshans the same way that the dew on the mountain of Hermon, there's no mi'ilah, there's no inappropriate use of consecrated items with the dew of the mountain of Hermon. So too Moshe and Aaron were careful, there was no inappropriate use of the anointing oil as well. And nevertheless, Vadayin, Haya Aaron Doig, Shema Moshe Lo Ma'al Vani Ma'alti. Aaron was concerned. So fine, Moshe was told he didn't commit Me'ilah. Remember again, Me'ilah is the act of mundane use of consecrated items. So Moshe Rabbeinu was told he didn't commit Me'ilah, but Aaron was concerned maybe Aaron committed Me'ilah. Yatzas Abbas Kava Amra, Hine Matova Ma'anoim Sheves Achim Gam Yachad. Pasuk in Tehillim, how beautiful and how sweet it is when brothers dwell together. Ma Moshe Lo Ma'al, Af Atalo Ma'alta. Shechina said, just as Moshe did not commit Me'ilah, so to Aaron you did not commit Me'ilah either. Harei lecha midasum shel chasidim shefilu b'mitzvah sha'asu hayaduagim ba'orim shema nis'arev b'hem shemetz pasol chas v'chalila. So a really beautiful idea. So Ramchal says, you see, this is the midah of tzaddikim, that the tzaddikim are constantly worried that perhaps they did something inappropriate. So again, this is the retrospective introspection of Yiras Hachet. I'm looking back at my actions and again analyzing. And again, to be clear, the goal is now I'm not doing this in order to beat myself up. I'm doing this in order to be able to learn from my past, because if I did do something wrong, I want to be able to know that so that I could jump on it and change it. All right, we'll stop over here for today. Wishing everyone a wonderful day.